it go down from there and then back up?
That's what I tried. It went down 3/10, but it will not go back up.
Yeah, just quit with it. Damn thing never helps anyways.
No pressure out back, 7 back. Track bar's still not working.
Dude, let it go.
Okay, man, I just reminded him to keep trying, like you said.
I never said anything about that. Don't with the panel bar. 10-4.
I didn't know. Actually, that was a good surprise because I didn't know what we were doing today for sound. And
10-4.
That's a good Jimmy, Chad, and Earl.
Yeah.
Old Earl Barb and Jimmy Spotter. That was a good exchange between those two.
It's like Earl heard one thing, Chad said another.
Yeah.
I never said anything about track bar.
It's usually not a problem when the track bar doesn't go down.
Hey-yo.
Hey-yo.
Was that your joke?
Yeah.
She said she had a joke.
Yeah, that was my joke.
That she wanted to use.
Still trying to get it.
Usually people don't complain when the track bar won't go down.
Wait, I think people would complain when it won't go down. You want it to go down, right?
I feel like.
For real. It's going down for real.
I don't know.
On this podcast, it is going down for real.
Nobody liked my joke.
Chuck apparently did. He got it.
Well, I got
it.
it.
Took me a second to get it. I thought your wording was a little bit off, but I'll let it slide for today. I think it's early morning, long weekend.
Ryan's right. Ryan's right on that.
Long week. Were you in Indianapolis?
No, but I was in Williams Grove. And it rained there, too. I saw your mom on the flight to Pennsylvania and on the flight back.
You told me. Did you say something to her?
Yeah, we commiserated about the weather on the way back, and we're pretty much best friends now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys exchange emails and numbers and stuff?
No,
That's
not
cool.
quite. We weren't quite there yet.
Oh, good. That's the second date, apparently.
Yeah. But
Lisa.
I was afraid to say anything more than just like a hi, hello on the way out there. But then she was on my flight back, and she initiated the conversation.
Ah, yes.
So I felt a little more comfortable.
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, you texted me and was like, I think your mom is on my flight out. I said, please go say hey and act like you've known her for a long time, and then maybe it won't be my mom, and there will be like a new friend that you made. But
I knew it was Lisa.
It was her.
I saw some story or heard something somewhere on the internet maybe. I don't know. It's true. I promise it's true. But there are a lot of people that have made some of their best friends on airplanes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could get that, like cross-country flights, like international flights. You're flying 4+ hours. You get sat next to a random person who looks interesting, and you want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I know people
Sorry?
that. Sorry, I didn't. We were talking at the same time.
That's okay. Go ahead, please.
Please, go ahead,
ma'am.
Please.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know people who have met best friends on vacation. Like they've been at the same place, and became friends, like drinking at the bar, and then since then have gone on other vacations together
cool.
and such.
Now, Ryan, what were you going to say?
Yeah, my turn.
We're going to have the talking stick.
When I flew, my paddle's up. When we were flying to Ireland a few months ago, so there's like 3 seats on the outside on each end, and then 4 in the middle. So there's 3 of us, and then the guy that was sitting next to us, he is from Ireland. I can't remember his name. Obviously, it wasn't a.
So you're clearly not best friends.
No, I feel we were acquaintances on the flight. It's about making friends on airplanes, and his wife or girlfriend, who was from California, they were flying back from the United States to Ireland for visiting her folks, and they asked if we could switch seats. They asked me to switch seats. I was like, I'm kind of sitting next to 2 of my buddies who I'm flying with, but I'm like, we can split it up. Like, I'll go sit in her seat for a few hours, and I'll probably fall asleep, and you guys can hang out. And they're like, no, it's fine. I don't know why I didn't do that.
He's fine.
That was like Italian.
Yeah, no, my bad. But no, he told us some really good places to go, and actually we went to the places he told us to go. And I never saw him over there. But
if you're listening,
anyways, mystery Irishman with the California girlfriend or wife. But no, yeah, I think you could definitely make friends with people on planes when you're flying for 8 hours.
Or if you have long waits.
Yeah.
Like, if the flight's delayed, then you really make friends because you're all in like this
You're commiserating.
predicament.
Yeah. I made great friends at a bar when I was flying to California, Los Angeles a couple years back, and our flight got delayed by a couple hours, and there was like a group of 8 of us that went to a bar, and we just happened to talk about, oh yeah, my flight's delayed. Where you headed? Where you coming from? And it was a good time.
And then we all found $5 at the end of that.
Yeah,
That was
we
a
all
good
found
segue. No,
I'll stop talking.
No, I was going to say one other thing.
You guys can have the podcast. I'm going to sit here and listen.
I was going to say that I've heard of people that have actually like met their significant other On a flight.
In an airport?
On a flight.
Oh, wow.
I mean, technically, my parents did, I guess, maybe, because my dad was the pilot.
That
my mom was
doesn't
a flight
count. That
attendant.
does not count. That's just what happens with pilots and flight
It's like
attendants.
a rom-com.
Yeah.
Workplace relationships never work.
Speaking of rom-coms, we had a little romantic comedy while kissing the bricks.
Nah.
Brad Keselowski's daughter wouldn't kiss the bricks.
I saw
thought
that.
it was so
I
cute.
saw photos of that. That was pretty funny.
I don't feel like any of the kids, though, ever want to kiss the bricks.
I think it's yucky.
Wasn't there a face of, or a photo of a Chase? Didn't his dad?
Yeah, he wouldn't kiss him.
he
Yeah,
wouldn't
Bill
kiss him.
wanted
He's
it.
like sitting and he like refuses to kiss him.
He wouldn't do it. I don't think any child would want to do that. I mean, I think it's gross and yucky. Honestly, if you think about it, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
But, you
tell kids,
do
like,
it.
don't eat dirt. Don't pick up things from the ground to eat them.
Wash
so they're
your
like, you're making me
hands.
kiss the ground.
Yeah, now here, child. Let's kiss where
Kiss
rubber and literally
I think
hundreds of
I feel
years.
like it's cleaner than the Blarney Stone.
Oh, for sure. Definitely cleaner than Blarney Stone. Because there's only select people who kiss the bricks.
Yeah, I don't
there's
see any
only
problem with it.
Thousands, maybe millions that have kissed the
I
Blarney
want
Stone.
a driver to like hump the bricks.
That's
I don't
excessive.
know if I want to see that. Like,
I would lick them.
Well,
I would like
Brad
lick the whole
he
brick.
didn't-
I would lick the whole yard of bricks.
Oh,
Brad didn't make out with it, but he did this like really aggressive kiss to the bricks for one of the photos. Like if you were watching the coverage after.
I mean, as a Penske driver, for him to get that win,
Kind of a
at,
big
like
deal.
you said, you would lick the bricks. Like if you had been the first driver for Penske to get that NASCAR win
Yeah.
at the Brickyard, I feel like you would do just about anything to the bricks
Yeah, well,
to show your appreciation.
not anything behind closed doors, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, that was cool. I mean, RP's never won that one, and he's won 17 Indy 500s now, so that was well past due, and it was cool to see that happen.
It's really crazy if you think about it, that he's won that many
Yeah.
Indy 500s and never a Brickyard 400.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 500's been around longer
Yeah.
than the Brickyard, but yeah, it's still pretty hard to believe that he hasn't won that one yet.
What's going to happen when somebody, hopefully it's you, gets his 500th
500th?
win?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the talk in the shop? Like, is there a lot of pressure to be the guy that gets the 500th win?
No, we were talking about it Sunday. RP was there Sunday when it rained out, and he wasn't there Monday, which figures.
yeah.
He wins the first Brickyard. He wasn't there. He had to be somewhere. But we were talking because I was doing the Xfinity race, and we were at 498. I'm like, well, we could win both races this weekend, get to 500. That'd be the perfect scenario, and I didn't win.
It was
the
close
Xfinity
though,
race.
dude.
It was
Well, I sped,
close.
and it pretty
Yeah.
much sealed their fate, and we couldn't go anywhere. Wide open, and you can't pass nobody. But it's a great package. It's awesome. It's a great package.
As a fan watching it, it looked exciting.
The shots, though, Brad had a good point. The shots on the broadcast, they pulled back wider than they usually did, so you could see more action than just like two cars that aren't able to pass each other.
Yeah.
When
They knew what they were doing.
But that last run where you were in third and you
Reddit.
kept like trying to,
Peeking.
Yeah.
around
it
him.
was watching it on TV. It was very exciting. Like the entire
It's like
office.
torture hearing this.
No, but the entire office was
Yeah.
like sitting there. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying.
I'm just saying, from a fan perspective, we were entertained.
Yeah, I'm sure if I would have won the race, I'd been like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how your
Perspective.
opinion skews from where you finish. And
It's like
stuff
Denny,
that, but-
after basically
Yeah.
losing the Brickyard 400, he was like
Yeah.
Eeyore. And then in all the playoff photos, he's like frowning.
I would be too. I mean, he had it won in circumstances.
But like everybody else has got like big ass smiles. I mean, you've got a smile when the big, like Clint's right in front of you is like,
Yeah. Well, Clint's always like that.
yeah. But everybody's smiling, and then there's Denny just like, I didn't make it.
Well, he made it.
I know.
Yeah, but
In the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because of the caution at
stuff
the
happens.
end.
Yeah.
no, but then he got made contact.
comments?
Remember, he and Brad made contact at one point.
Yeah. He was blaming
He
the
blamed
cautions.
it on the restart.
He blamed the
please.
cautions.
Sorry, Denny, I don't
Well,
buy that.
he blamed the
Blamed-
Jeffrey Earnhardt. And
He
Yeah, the
basically
Castle.
called them meaningless drivers at
Yeah.
the back of the, like,
I would have chosen my words a little bit more carefully
Yeah.
on that one. That wasn't very
That'll
nice.
Come back to bite you later.
I mean, I get he's frustrated that he lost a race. He probably had the thing won, most likely. I don't know. You never know.
But that's the
Play
point.
out,
Like,
but
you gotta go with the flow. Whatever
Yeah.
happens.
In the words of Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. So you play to win the race.
Race.
Yeah.
You drive
play
to win the race. Yeah.
You could trademark that one.
I think he
That's
already
slogan.
did. Herm did.
Or you could
Herm Edwards.
race to win
Race
the
to
race.
Run, drive to win the race.
There you go.
Chuck Bush, quote it.
They did have a good battle between
TM.
Hamlin and Keselowski towards the end.
It was a hell of a battle.
Yeah.
Dale was getting fired up.
When is he never not fired up about that stuff? It was
It's
awesome.
like he's got another vocal octave that he hits
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he's calling a race in the turns.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
turns
he was
are
in turn
different.
three,
Yeah,
right?
it's when he's in a turn, it's a totally different.
It's a different octave, Dale.
It's a different Dale.
He's out in the crowd, in the fans.
I do like that radio style broadcast.
I like it way better than their typical.
I don't know if there's a way for, like down in the future to really sync up the TV with the, like, live.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kind of hard. If you're watching on TV, it might not sync up directly with the radio just because of airwaves and frequencies.
Commercial breaks and all that.
Because, like, I love watching the race, but also hearing the excitement of the radio call, which you got this weekend.
Right. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what the delay is.
It just
They
depends
say
on
they
your...
say TV's live, but it's like, there's always like a 6 or 7
it's
second
always a
delay
little bit.
just in case something happens.
Well, and I cut the cord, so I don't have, like, cable coming in. It's all, like, via the internet, so you've got different buffering and bullshit.
Right. But it actually, an interesting thing that fans may not know about, since we're talking about broadcasting and stuff like that, when I did the booth for the Xfinity race in Phoenix, might have been last year, maybe it was this year. I think it was this year. So when you're up in the booth on the front stretch, you want to watch the actual live action happening. You want to watch the race, but the TV and cameras sometimes don't show what you're watching. So you're literally up in the booth and you don't really watch the live action. You're watching the monitor.
Yeah.
Like that's the weirdest
I think it's a
thing to
bad
me.
thing.
It's a bad thing, but you have to understand. You have to talk about what the camera is on. Like there's a couple good battles that I'm looking at, and I talked about them a little bit at the beginning of the race, and then I was like, oh, it's not on TV, so why am I speaking about this? So that's an interesting tidbit that fans may not know
They
about.
may not realize that.
The more you know.
Well, and, fans always, like, you
more
hear
you
fans
know.
complain about, oh, they're not showing this, they're not showing that. It's difficult
Yeah.
to, in a production truck, when you've got all of these cameras, to pay attention to every, like, and a gun, I got to go there. Nope, I got to go there. That's happening.
Yeah.
You have to, like, pick what you're going to do.
What do they call that person who chooses what camera is on?
The director?
producer?
Producer,
Or a
director.
director?
Yeah.
I would hate to be that person. Like, how would you? There's like huge, tons of monitors, and you're like, go to camera 7, 4.
Now, they are relying, like, there's the director, and then there's producers that are feeding information up the chain. So, like, you've got all your different, like, pit producers. They feed to, like, a source point in that truck, who then feeds to the director. So it works its way up.
Up the ladder.
It is very interesting to be in a production room when a live broadcast is going on. It's like
a war
it's
zone.
chaos. Yeah.
It's a war zone.
A lot
And,
of
like,
yelling.
There's no hard feelings. Like, what happens in, like, somebody might yell. It's like, once that door shuts and you're out there, it's like, okay, cool, yeah, we're good. Sometimes, I mean, it does carry over, but it's like, what the
Son of a bitch.
Are you guys hearing more background noise today than ever before? Like,
you hear,
Oh,
you hear
your
the chair
chair?
squeaking.
I
yeah.
can't move a damn inch, and it's squeaking. I think it's the mic's picking it up, but
It's
maybe
in
it's
your
just my
ears.
headphones.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
It's
your
in my
headphones.
head.
We'll fix it in post. It'll be all right.
It's
It'll
in
be
my
good.
head,
No.
guys.
You're hearing things.
I'm hearing
Oh.
things.
Yeah.
Sitting around in Indy for 3 days doing nothing. I'm hearing.
Yeah, what
stuff.
did you do with all your downtime? Like, what did you do Saturday when they literally called the day of activity a wash early? They did it pretty early, too.
What did we do?
Did you?
There was college football on,
Okay.
so we did some college football, but that was on later. But we did an escape room. There's
Did
a couple.
you escape?
Yeah,
There's
he
a couple
clearly
good escape rooms. Yeah, I got out.
He's
It's
here.
crazy. Yeah, there was a couple good escape rooms in downtown Indianapolis. That
Interesting.
was pretty fun to do. We got out of one, and then we did one Sunday, and we didn't get out, and it was a little bit harder, a little bit difficult, but it was really neat. It was like one where you work on this room for like 3/4 of it, and then it unlocks another room, and then you have to like haul ass through this other room
Yeah.
to try to get out. But it was fun.
I've never done
Didn't
an
do much.
escape room.
Really?
Nope, never done it.
Man, you're missing out. There's some great escape rooms nowadays.
It's fun, too. You like looking for clues and
It's like Scooby
It's
Doo.
like James Bond.
Yeah.
We had a
good mixture between James Bond and Scooby Doo.
Somewhere in the middle of
Yeah.
those two.
We had a guy that used to travel with us on the road that used to love to go to him, and it kind of ruined it for me. So,
Because you didn't like the guy?
not that I didn't like the guy. It was just, like when you're around somebody all the time.
Is that all he talked about?
There was a period of time when that was all that he talked about was, let's go to an escape room. It's like, come on, man, I just want to go drink some beer and watch some football.
Yeah.
They should serve alcohol in the escape rooms.
This one we went to had a bar in it before you went in.
Could you drink while you were doing it?
No, you couldn't take any drinks.
See, I think they need to have like a bar in the, like, one of the little, like a globe that
One
opens
of the
up with a
escape
bar
rooms
in it.
I had a bar, but it wasn't a functioning bar, but it was part of the escape
Yeah,
room was
same
like the
here.
bar, and you had to like pull the beer taps like a certain way to open other things.
It'd be
like a
cool,
code.
like a prize, halfway prize if you unlock this certain thing is like beers,
Yeah.
and then you have to keep going.
How
See,
much?
I feel
That's
like-
so much more incentive.
Yeah.
But see, I feel like I would get to the alcohol and be like, nope, I'm good. I don't want to escape. I'm just going to stay here.
That's
here.
cool though.
I live here
at a
now.
Bar, though.
I live here now. This
Yeah.
is my house.
Yeah, it's they're fun. I enjoy them. I think it'd be cool to have like an escape house. Like, an hour, you only really get an hour for an escape room.
Okay.
And like for this escape house, you just get an old crack house or something. Yeah. And
Like a meth dungeon.
clean it up a little bit. Or maybe you leave it the original decoration and make it
We're not allowed
a
to-
meth.
we
Can't talk about this?
not-
Okay.
I'm like, are we not allowed to talk about crack houses?
I'm not saying what we can and can't talk about. I'm just interested to see where this goes. That was that look. It was not a don't do this, don't do this. It was.
I thought that was like a
Oh, where is this going to go?
I want to see where it goes.
No,
I-
so
color me intrigued.
I'm just saying a cheap
Like
house.
a rundown,
A rundown, scary
haunted,
looking house. You make it like
scary-
haunted themed.
The house I lived in college.
Yes, exactly.
Was
precisely.
it a meth lab?
No one in a meth lab. It was my mom.
You wouldn't want to have it in meth lab because the
might blow
drugs,
up.
like the chemicals, seep into like the materials of the house.
How do you know that? I had no idea.
I've read a lot of
I
books
didn't know. Okay,
on the
hang
opioid
on.
crisis.
Rule out the meth house. Just get an old house, okay? Old, scary looking house, and then you have like 3 hours to get out.
I like
but
it.
there's consequences along the way. Like if you make a wrong decision or you go through the wrong door in the maze, one of your players can get eliminated. Like they get killed.
I didn't know where this is going. Like, do you lose a pinky? Like what?
No. You just get killed, right?
Boom! You get stabbed with a needle.
Dirty needle. Yeah.
It's like that one episode of Black Mirror, like the haunted, where they send the guy. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen Black
you're-
Mirror. I don't like scary things.
I think it'd be pretty cool. And like at the end of it, if you get out, you get
Like free dinner.
a good job or something. Yeah, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Make a
round of
giant.
You get life.
Like a giant
That's
house.
what you get if you make
It
it.
would be
their
way
life, yeah.
scarier in a European country, I think, for some
Like
reason.
Hostel.
Yeah.
Yeah, those movies were terrible.
Or like an abandoned castle, like on the moors of.
Yeah.
I did a haunted house one
Scotland.
time. It was in West Virginia, which is kind of scary as it is.
Have you been the ones in Kansas?
No, I haven't been to the
What
ones
are
in
they called? I
haunted
forget.
houses.
No, there's
anyway,
another one.
corn mazes. It's Kansas. They got corn.
6 cents.
But basically, you start the haunted house tour, and it was in an old like theater on a college campus.
Oh, I got it.
And they had your tour guide, because normally you've got a tour guide that leads you through, and basically 2 minutes into the tour, they kill the tour guide.
Oh shit.
What?
And then it's like, all right, now find your way.
Twist.
Yeah.
What it
Plot twist.
needs to be.
Because like they set it up like, and I'm your tour guide, this theater's haunted, all this. The next thing you know, this like thing comes up and just like slits her throat. And then you're like,
Oh man. Was it
it was
believable?
all theater.
or were you like-
Yeah, it was all theater kids.
Oh.
So you
man.
didn't know you were going to lose your tour
Nope.
guide, though.
Nope.
That's
did not
so
know.
It
cool.
needs to be your idea. It needs to be an abandoned mental hospital.
Oh yeah.
There's one where, like, right outside Birmingham,
Paint me a
and
bird.
it's
Sorry.
Sloss Furnace. That's the name I'm thinking of.
Swass Furnace.
It's like Sloss
Sloss Furnace.
Furnace in Alabama.
SLOSS.
I think.
Oh, it's
Yeah, Sloss Furnace.
it's on campus.
Is it? I don't
Yeah,
think
there's
so.
an abandoned mental hospital on Alabama campus.
Maybe it is that.
Me and my sister drove by it. We walked by it
But
actually.
people will dare other people. It's not open. There's like squatters in there and stuff.
Yeah.
So like people will dare. Like they'll go with a friend group and be drinking, and they'll dare like whoever can stay in there the longest.
No.
Terrifying.
Negative.
When you say squatters, I just have this mental image of
Like people squatting to
of
poop.
like no, like a 49er, like an old like prospector. It's like,
Mining
this is my
gold.
land. I'm squatting on this land. You can't take my slosh furnace from me.
I do not. That is not what comes to mind.
Well, that's.
I had the initial comment that Kim had that
Poopers.
thought, and then
Poopers.
I got like a gold miner, like an old ratty beard.
Yeah.
In the
Rootin'
Missing
tootin'.
teeth.
yeah, like this with a big pipe hanging out of his mouth. Yeah,
And no sidewinding
little-
rigger
like a
trackers
little
gonna
cat.
wreck my rigger wrecker.
Like a captain's cat.
River. Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of weird shit,
And squatters.
Jeff Gordon.
and squatters.
And squatters.
Can we talk about Jeff?
Pretty
Gordon
much
for a
all
little
Burning
bit?
Man is just a desert full of squatters.
It's a
right?
desert full of squatters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
But
you
you have
haven't,
to share. You can't be like, this is my land. You're like, this is my land, but you're welcome on it too.
Everybody's singing the Barney theme song, trading stuff.
So
This
if
is
you
like the olden
haven't-
days.
If you have not been on Ingrid von der Bosch's
Gordon.
Van der Bosch or
Von der Bush,
Vanderbosch?
Vanderbosch,
Vanderbosch.
Vanderbush,
I think over here in the States it's Vanderbosch.
It's Angry. Jeff Gordon's wife.
Ingrid Vanderbosch,
Anyway, go to her Twitter account.
and you will be
Pleasantly surprised.
pleasant. I don't know if pleasantly is the right word.
I think just surprised.
I think
pretty big.
shocked.
I got sent this video last night of Jeff Gordon riding around in the desert on one of those like one-wheel hoverboard things.
Oh yeah.
Looking like a awkward sea captain.
Well, you sent it to me, and you did not give me any warning, and I had not seen any of these photos, so I had no idea that Jeff and Ingrid were at Burning Man. Yeah. And because he starts so far away, I'm like, is this? But I saw it was Ingrid that it was the post. I thought it was Leo because it was so far away and he looked so little. I was like, is this Leo on a scooter? What am I watching?
Jeff is kind of a little guy, but not that little.
Anyway, but then he comes into focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been at Burning Man. I don't know how long they've been there. How long does Burning Man last?
It's like 2 weeks, something like that. We looked
I think
it up
as
on
long
the
as you
internet.
want it.
Yeah.
I feel like it happens more than once a year.
This year, Burning Man ran from the theme this year was iRobot, by the way.
Oh, that explains the silver.
Yeah.
The silver
armor
outfits they
were
had fit into that, which I would. If you're just trying to get rid of that outfit, Ingrid, you could just give it to me.
iRobot. Did Will Smith go?
August 25th to September 2nd.
Okay.
It's a long time to be in the desert.
Next year, that's next year will be August 25th through September 2nd. Burning Man begins in 354 days.
I wonder if there are people that start planning. You know how people, when the Daytona 500 ends, they're like, only 365 days until the Daytona 500 if they start planning right after it ends.
You have to.
I bet. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of, and you look at the art installations and all that stuff, like I feel like you've got to be thinking way ahead.
Yeah.
I just looked at this thing that was like, so you want to go to Burning Man and get tickets, and now there's like a puzzle that it's asking me to like figure out. It's like Burning Man is.
You're doing your own escape room right
a
now.
curated.
I was going to say, I'm a little shocked at some of the outfits Jeff wore, because when we had him on last year and we're asking if he would wear like the male romper, he was like, I don't know if I would do that.
He's close to it.
But he's close to
right
it in
there.
some of these outfits.
Are you doing the quiz?
Yes. This next question is MOOP stands for matter out of place and refers to anything that is not originally of the Black Rock Desert.
Glitter, duh.
So basically, anything we bring out there. What is the most common form of MOOP? A, paper. B, wood. C, metal. Or D, glitter.
Glitter.
Definitely sounds like a glitter.
I'm going to go
word.
glitter. Nope, it's not glitter. It's wood.
What?
Yeah.
Well, burning.
Yeah.
You got to burn wood.
Are there fires at Burning Man?
Well,
That's
burn
what they do. They burn a man.
a man.
A wooden
not
man.
not a live man.
Oh, like a giant structure
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
man?
yeah. It's
Burn
like a wooden-
that's
yeah.
like the big. That's like
I've
the
never
finale.
been.
I think.
All
right?
I know
Apparently,
is
that's how it started.
I read
Oh, yeah.
Back
articles
in San
8-foot man.
Francisco.
Yep.
Back in
Was it-
1986.
last year.
Yeah, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, you were telling me about that before the show.
Yeah, Bob, you were there.
Yeah.
What year was it where all those people got bitten by those desert like fleas? Do you remember that? Like just
Flies.
covered in bites.
Well, that's what you get for sleeping on the sand
Ugh.
in the desert.
I'm not sure I would want to go to Burning
There's
Man.
weird parasites.
Would you go to Burning Man?
No. Maybe I don't know. I could change my. I'm sure Jeff at 24 said he would never go to
Yeah.
Burning Man, but that might have been before Burning Man was started.
No.
No, it was probably it was a few
It was
years
around
in.
this time.
Yeah.
was a few
But
years in.
yeah, well, maybe it wasn't a big thing back then. Now it's like a.
It's a thing. Because there's
Now
like a
you-
picture
people
with
have
him with
bragging
some
rights that when
DJ
they go.
Diplo
Diplo.
Diplo
Diploma?
Dip high?
DJ Diploma.
DJ diploma. He graduated. Good for him. But yeah, you should check it out. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Jeff is. I can't wait to text him about it.
It's like a Mad Max reject in some
Too
of
bad
them.
we couldn't
Pretty
have had
much,
him on, and he could have told us what the most insane thing he saw was.
I'm gonna ask him if we can come on.
You
We want to
should.
talk. We want to have a whole Burning Man show. I'm gonna show up in a leotard and
He needs to wear one of the outfits.
glitter and stuff.
And start the show with new music. It'll be all techno
That's
music.
very
Yeah.
And it's just going to run
steampunkish.
throughout the whole show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. That Burning Man is like a steampunk thing.
We'll have somebody riding around on that scooter just like in front of the cameras.
Just circle just circle this whole room. Whoever can do that for an hour, I'm very, very proud
So
of
Jimmy's
that person.
been to Burning Man now.
Yeah.
Jeff has been to Burning Man. Who do we think the next driver, even if it's not right away, maybe it's in 5 years, who's the next driver?
Who
that
could
makes
you
it-
see
Who
going?
could you
I
see
could
going
see
to Burning
Landing
Man?
Castle going right away. Like
Fair.
the first one that popped into my mind, I'm like Landing
Fair.
Castle. That's
Are we
Landon-
easy.
sure Landon hasn't already been?
He might have been
I'm
already.
going to Google Landon Castle Burning
I don't
Man.
think he has.
Who else? Who would you think?
Hamlin.
I could see Hamlin going. Yeah.
Like in a few years, like when he's done
Yeah.
racing.
I don't know. He just looks like he wouldn't have fun there. I'm just stand there like,
Maybe not.
This
I could
isn't
see
fun.
Landon. Maybe Hamlin.
Who else would go?
none of these are about
I'm like trying to go through all the all
I
the
know.
drivers.
Clint.
I don't.
No.
Hell no.
That is a big fat no.
Clint likes
I would
to
like to
party,
know-
but he doesn't like
Yeah.
to party like
I would
that.
like to know what he thinks of Burning Man.
What
They'll
about
probably-
Bo-
they'll probably
Bowman?
say,
I thought
what?
Bowman. I thought, and then I was like,
He's a desert guy.
I could probably see Bowman going.
watch like William Byron turn like punk and go in like 5 years.
Go from the college school kid to
Yeah.
these steampunk, Burning Man-ish. I would want to see the look on Chase Elliott's face if he ever went to Burning Man.
I feel
Would
like
Eric
William
Jones?
Byron would have like that rainbow hair underneath
No.
his.
That's like
hair.
trying to think. I'm like, would Eric
I don't think
go?
Eric would go. I don't know. I think Castle is a surefire pick.
What
to
about
go to
Bubba?
Burning Man?
I was thinking of like also like Xfinity
I don't think
drivers.
so.
Are there any Xfinity drivers that would go?
I would think,
Jeffrey Earnhardt. I would love to see Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Jeffrey. Oh, he would. There's no way.
I mean, I feel like he'd be good at like burning stuff.
I could see Noah Gragson going to Burning Man
Oh,
all day.
yes.
Yeah.
I could see him and Castle going together.
That would be an
I would
interesting
agree with
Burning
that.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those two are like the top picks for
For Burning
NASCAR
Man.
driver Burning Man. Go ahead. Have at it, boys.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Don't
if
let
there
me
are
know
any
how it
other
was.
ones.
What would your Burning Man costume be?
I don't know because I'd never go. Ask me that in 20 years.
You could make it like Star Wars
It'd
esque.
be like a Tuscan Raider.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
exact outfit
Yeah.
right there. Mask and everything. You would have no. Maybe I've been. You
Yeah.
never know. I'd be just wear a mask the whole time.
There you go. Maybe Ryan's been going all along and we
Get
have
some
no idea.
Jawas to run around with
Yeah.
you. Just don't say it.
I'd like to go to Burning Man someday. If that outfit is gonna be there, I want to dress up as the when I'm having a blank. I'll think about it in a second.
A Blaney blank here
Yeah.
on
Let
the
us
glass
know.
case of emotion.
Yeah. Oh, when
Wait.
Jabba the Hutt kidnaps Leia, I want her bikini
Oh,
outfit.
the
would
outfit.
dress as
That's
Leia?
very.
I want that.
You would dress as Leia?
Oh yeah.
Because we had that bet early
It
on in the
never
show.
came
That's
to
at Burning
fruition.
Man, though.
Yeah,
That's at Burning Man.
Yeah.
And if obviously you're going to go to Burning Man, you're going to be weird enough to want to wear that stuff. So, but hey, whatever. Coachella. I think it's like a pre-Burning Man.
Yeah,
Well,
Coachella's like a different.
Jeff went to Coachella.
Yeah, he did. Maybe that's
then
your
said,
foray
yeah.
into Burning Man. First, you go to Coachella and you get a little taste of like
The festival
the
life.
festival desert life,
Yeah.
and then you graduate to because Burning Man's like the hardcore people.
I'm good with it.
Hardcore.
Oh, D burrito, they said.
D burrito?
I could see him
D. Burrito, just a
To Benedetto
massive
going?
human being.
because people are like half naked there, and he likes to have his shirt off all
Yeah.
the time.
Just a
He's just like there in a loincloth,
just a
like in the middle of
just
the
one
desert.
loincloth. Yeah. Just covers his front, and then it's just like floss in his back, to where his whole butt's out.
You're describing all this, and it's like reenactors.
Well, maybe I.
Because there are guys that do like over Mountain Man Revolutionary War stuff, and they wear loincloths.
Stop.
Oh, I'm
You don't sign up for that?
nope. Because these guys clearly have office jobs because they are pasty ass sons of bitches. It's like if you were wearing a loincloth
It
in real
used-
life, you would
it-
not be that pasty.
It used to be a sign of wealth, though, if you were pasty. Until vacations became like the in vogue thing.
Yeah.
if you were pasty, that meant you didn't spend your time outside, like working in the fields.
Well, that's why, like,
So,
all
like,
the
pale.
Englishmen back in the day, they would literally paint their face white.
Yeah, to
and have
make
the
'em-
white wigs. Yeah, all the red coats.
To make them look like they were.
The Always Sunny episode where they're
Rather fancy. You have to laugh like you're wealthy. Laugh like you're wealthy.
But yeah.
Always Sunny's back. Did you see the episode last week?
18, year 18,
No, I
something like that.
didn't.
13.
13.
13
Yeah.
I was going to say
I'm giving- I'm
18.
giving
I was,
a little-
you were
Yeah.
That's
That's
a
like,
little,
it's like
extra
South Park.
5 years.
Yeah,
13 though is still a lot.
13
Yeah.
is a lot.
They had their Wednesdays now as the new episodes. So last week was their first episode of the new season. It was pretty good.
I haven't seen
Now this week it's coming.
this past season or this season. I haven't seen anything for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But I do
pretty good.
love the show.
The show's amazing. It's one of the best shows.
It beat out Big Bang Theory apparently because they're going off the air. So
Oh yeah, I saw
Always
that.
Sunny wins.
Always Sunny.
Rock flag and mother eagle.
Yeah, but you got to make sure the episodes are good. Like we can't say they won until the episodes air, and you're
I've
like, that
never
was
been a
quality.
Big
I've never
big
watched
Big Bang Theory
I've
fan.
never watched Big Bang.
My father loves it.
Dave
Loves.
Is
We
it-
should ask him about Big Bang Theory when he was on because he
I'm
loves
like
that show.
picturing him watching it and just like chuckling to himself.
Oh, he laughs his ass off. Like laughs so hard at Big Bang Theory. I don't know why. I sit there and I'm like, this is the dumbest jokes I've ever heard in my life. He likes it.
Have you ever watched the show Impractical Jokers?
I love that show.
You love that show?
I watch it.
Damn it! I was
What
going to
is
make
that
fun
on?
of it. I was going to make fun of it.
Man, I like
I was going
it.
to say like old people like that type of humor.
What show is that?
It's basically like three dudes that sit in a closet and they've
Four.
got a fourth dude that's out
Oh, yeah.
like doing stuff.
Oh.
And they talk to him and say, "Oh, now do this."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hey, tell him your finger smells.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I watch it every weekend.
Do you
There's
sit
always
up
like
here?
marathons on like Sunday.
Sunday.
Like,
Sunday.
Well,
for the race, and I watch
you
it.
and my other buddy have that in common. You both sit around and watch Impractical Jokers.
Me and Dad like it. But hey, you know,
Well, I'll stop making fun of it now.
Good.
I'm an asshole.
good. Yes, you are.
low
And not a
CO2.
glass hole, just an
Oh.
asshole.
You're
Wow.
just an asshole.
Wow.
Can we talk about this?
Speaking of glass holes,
where are you going towards?
well, we completely. I didn't
Got
put it
way
on
off
the
the
list.
rocker.
Yeah, I didn't put what the glass holes have to say on the list.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, shit.
You didn't even put the article.
No, I didn't.
Jesus.
I failed.
What an absolute.
But you could turn
We can
the
turn it.
hurricane talk into it
We can and we will.
because the coast's going to get splashed.
They are going to get splashed.
But splash is the word.
Was splash the word? I thought we changed
It
the
was
word.
No, it was
record.
splash.
No,
It was record.
that's not it. It's not
It's
splash.
not
It's record.
splash?
It's
You
record. It's record.
changed?
Yeah, we
It's record.
changed it.
Way to read the itinerary,
Oh,
Kim.
damn it.
Get off the damn show.
I mean, I put the thing on there. I just up the rundown.
I read the email this morning.
You did. You
It's
did.
crazy. Record.
I read it. You have it on record. That I
So void. The word of the week is not splash
No, but
or
we're
any
gonna-
form of splash.
But we're gonna-
Splash, splashing, nothing splashes.
nothing splashes, but we are going to talk about the Guinness Book of
World records.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says
2019.
for 2019, so are these...
It's the ones that are coming out. Like the book gets published, so it's
So it's 2018, but it's published
Right.
in 2019.
yeah. But there's a lot of
New stuff.
everything from a guy with the most body
What?
modifications
Oh,
to cat
modification.
balancing.
I thought you were going to say the most bodily functions.
No,
that's
body
interesting.
modifications.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's got some like horns in there and some stuff and some
That's
tattoos.
terrifying.
That's a
Yeah,
little
it's
weird.
like he put rocks
It's like
underneath
he's
his
that Burning
skin.
Man.
He has 516 piercings and implants on his body.
Implants.
What is
Yeah.
that stupid soccer one?
The longest time controlling a soccer ball with the with the soles of the feet while on the roof of a moving car.
That, I could. We
93 seconds. Ash Randall of
You
Cardiff.
could just make something
in the
up and
UK.
be like,
Yeah, I
because
set
you were
the
the only
record.
person that did it because
yeah.
it's the most obscure thing, you win the record.
Right,
then
but
you have
to have a Guinness, like 2 Guinness officials there to verify it.
Do you
So you
have,
have to go through a process.
I know, but does the actual act, whatever you're trying to win, have to get approved? So if I went and I was like, hey, I want to wear a helmet for the longest time while also jumping rope,
Like
are they
most-
like, that's a stupid one? No, think of something
What
else.
about this one? Would you want to see this? Most dice balanced on a cat's paw.
Please look at that photo.
The record for that,
The cat's just like,
9
hey.
dice. 9 dice for the cat holding
There's
this.
no
Also,
way.
he's
There's
got
no
his
way
other
that.
leg
What's up?
No way that cat's alive.
What's up? How you doing? I'm balancing his dice.
That thing's dead, stuffed, and he
For
put
sure.
it right there so the cat wouldn't
The
move.
cat's,
There's
like,
no way
making
the cat would stay
weird
there.
The bottom
eye
legs
contact.
too. Yeah.
It's
Beady.
What
It's Beady.
what if you walked in the house, your friend's house, and there was the cat just sitting there?
Like,
Hello. Hello.
you
My
need
name
to
is
paint the
BB.
picture that the cat is like
Oh, hey.
splayed out. Like, hey,
Is you like dice on me?
I am balancing my dice.
But it's his lower legs. It's the hind
I didn't know it
legs.
was
Yeah.
lower legs.
It's the hind legs. It's like, what's up?
I thought that was his paws, his front legs.
It's his hind leg.
I makes the dice balance.
What if he's
These
like
are-
rubbing his front paws at the same time?
These are not dice. These are something
Welcome
else
to
of
my
mine.
lair.
We've also got one for the most sausages made in 1 minute.
How many?
78 sausages.
Damn. That's
By
getting after it.
Made in
Barry
a
John
minute?
Crow.
Barry.
What do you have to do to
Ireland.
make? You're just casing
Gotta case
it?
that sausage.
Barry, you're good with your hands.
Slinging that
Barry.
meat.
It's really so gross if you think about casing.
Do you know what casing is?
It's other parts of the pig.
It's the intestines.
Blech. That's why when I buy sausage, I always cut the casing off and just eat the
I mean, think about having, like, when you, like, dress the pig,
Yeah.
you know, get it.
some
do all
casing
that
is
fun
thick
stuff.
too, and when you bite into it,
It doesn't
you can
and
tell.
it doesn't tear. Yeah.
But you have when you're dressing the pig, you have to decase what's already in the casings.
Yeah.
Wait,
to
what?
then recase. You have to basically
You have to empty out his intestines.
Empty out the intestines.
to get the lining of the intestines.
Buddy- buddy-
I don't know if they wash it or not.
They do. They do.
Do they, like,
a buddy of mine
Create like a.
who
Do they
lives
like
in Eastern North
unravel
Carolina.
it?
Buddy of mine in Eastern North Carolina said one of the things that they used to do as kids was you'd take it and you'd kind of
Throw it at somebody?
sling it. Well, he threw it at his sister, and they had an intestine fight, and their mom got pissed.
I would think you might get some sort of
You-
disease.
You might. That's probably why she got pissed.
Probably why
like-
she got,
yeah.
what was it, swine flu? What's the one with the pig?
It's like, hey, there's some bad stuff that are in them bags there.
We got one for
What is that?
the largest knitting needles. British resident Betsy Bond has knitting needles measuring 14 feet.
Holy
That
hell.
looks like she's a miniature person holding regularly sized knitting needles.
How do you knit with those? That's a hell of a sweater.
Yeah,
She's
she's
gotta
making a
make-
giant, like,
Blanket?
it's a blanket or a scarf. Most hula hoops spun simultaneously on multiple body parts. German Dunja Kuhn is able to spin 59 hula hoops on different parts of her body. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool stuff.
And by cool, we mean bizarre.
I remember as a kid, like in elementary school, like we have a book fair every year in the library, and like the new Guinness Book of World Records was like the thing to get. Like that was
Yeah.
a cool thing. I remember I got those solid for like 5 years because they were honestly I just like the casing. They were always like a cool metallic casing of them. That was neat.
Well,
I like
you
the
could
book
get a
fair.
record, and it could be a cool thing to get if you put record
Into the
in
word
the website of record,
of the week.
and if you read that little thing on the piece of paper that
Yeah,
says,
you know, I mean, if you want to win a trip to Miami for Ford Championship weekend, listen for this week's championship getaway word of the week, which is record.
it's record.
And then go
Record.
to homesteadmiamispeedway.com/glasscase to enter. And you can win a trip to Miami for Ford Championship weekend if you listen
This
for
is like
the
the
word of the
song
week.
that never ends.
And
Just
the
goes
word
on
is
and on,
record.
my friend. It's
and if
record.
you go to that
Yeah.
website I told you
Yeah.
earlier.
You might see somebody
We
win a record
started singing it,
in,
not knowing what it was.
listen, Lamb Chop,
In Miami.
in
Yeah.
Miami. Somebody might win a record. It could be with Jimmy Johnson in the playoffs. It could be a record-breaking year.
Record breaking.
I'm just throwing out records,
Yeah.
spinning records
I like
here.
records.
Yeah. Eric Church record year song. Yeah.
Isn't
This
it
record
funny
is
how
skipping.
some words like record and record are spelled the same? What if the whole time Justin was like, this is actually supposed to be record? Record is the word of the week, not record.
Record. We recorded the podcast.
It's probably that.
Yeah.
He's like, you jackasses, it was supposed to be record.
No. All right. So in sports, we talk about defense.
Defense.
We don't talk about defense, but like it is the the
There's a
department.
bunch
There's the
of
DoD,
yeah.
the Department of
Of
Defense.
Defense.
It's not the Department of Defense.
It's weird.
There's
how,
a couple of words
Yeah.
like that.
Some words are.
There's a name
Spelled
for them
the same.
too, and I can't think of what it is.
You have offense, but something is offensive.
Yes.
Well, that's a completely different word.
No, it can't be the words that sounded like that are spelled different. It's words
take
that
offense.
sound different that are spelled exactly the same.
I take offense.
I take offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take offense to you think that.
Our offense is bad.
Our
Right. Right.
I take offense to that.
English is
No
hard.
wonder people have trouble learning English.
English is hard.
It's just hard.
English is dumb. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of dumb English.
Speaking of dumb English American stuff that we do that I don't get.
Where are you going? Because that's dumb. I hope you're making a transition.
No,
We'll get there, but what were you going to say?
So I just, really got thinking about this weekend. Chase owed me some money, and all he had was euros from our Irish trip, and he gave me 100 euros, which is like 115 US dollars.
You made out better if you're making a trip there soon.
And so I got to go to the currency exchange.
Or just wait till you make an international trip.
That's true. I'll probably just wait. But no, we don't take any foreign currency here. It's nuts. It's ridiculous. Pretty much any other country in the world does take U.S. currency, and we don't take anything. Mm-hmm. It's bonkers.
This is America.
I know, but that's, I don't know. It's crazy.
If you really think about it, it is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Do any of the cities that are along the Canadian border take
the loonie?
The loonie? Like if you're in upstate Michigan.
Craziest name for currency.
Is that Canadian?
Or if you're on the American side of Niagara Falls, will they accept the Canadian?
No, I don't think so.
The Canadian monies.
This is America.
I mean, you go to Mexico, they will take U.S. dollars.
They will.
You go to almost any place in the world, they'll take U.S. dollars. I know some places don't, but almost any place.
Most places do, which is strange to think because usually the exchange rate is favorable more towards the other.
Some of them,
you know what I'm saying?
Like euros, our dollar is less than euros.
Yeah.
Obviously, pesos ours are more. I think the Canadian dollar is pretty close.
Our producer says that, yes, in Minnesota.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
They take the Canucks money?
They
take loonies?
In Daudet, Minnesota.
Aren't there toonies too? Isn't it like loonies
Toonies
and
loonies?
Looney Tunes? Looney Tunes? Looney Tunes.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. That's eminent domain, I think, that song. I don't even know if I'm using the right word there.
Somebody corrected us on the internet. We were talking about the Mandela effect. And we were talking about Chick-fil-A and how people think it's CHI, whatever. We had it wrong. Like whatever we thought was the real one was actually the fake one.
How do we know that?
I don't know.
How do we know that we're not all just in three separate realities, internet?
Maybe we are.
Maybe in that reality, that's how it was spelled. Boom. Shakalaka.
You know who has lost a sense of reality? People that are shooting their guns at a hurricane.
Yeah.
That's a terrible transition, but I want to talk about this. And also the fan blowing.
Yeah.
You'll be a big fan.
So, there was a party it was circling around on Facebook. So there's like two of them. There's one that says, "Hey everybody, let's get together and shoot guns at the hurricane, Hurricane Florence."
They've had to put warnings out there. Please do not shoot your guns at the hurricane.
Yeah.
Could a hurricane create enough force to catch the bullet and just start spinning it?
Shoot it right back at you.
Yeah, I don't know what the physics there are.
They deserve that because that's dumb.
But the other one in Richmond, in the fan district in Richmond, there's a Facebook event that says, "Everybody bring all your fans to the fan district and let's point them at the ocean and blow Florence back out to sea."
That's
good luck with that. You might die being out there.
Ever heard of?
I do like a good hurricane party. We used to have hurricane parties when I lived in Florida.
Was that the cool thing to do in Florida? Because there's nothing else to do.
Having the hurricane
Although
party.
if it's a bad enough,
Welcome. Take your pants off, please. Hurricane.
We have Bibi the cat. She's balancing dice during the hurricane. It's even more of a record.
We have cheese and stuff in Florida hurricane season.
If it's a bad enough hurricane, it's scary though. There was one, I forget which hurricane hit when I was in college.
I'm just thinking of the Super Troopers scene where they pull that Porsche over.
I'm still thinking of that cat.
Baby. They walk,
Oh my God.
Who wants a mustache ride? I do.
But you have looters. Like if it's bad enough and you have curfews, you're still laughing.
I'm so used to driving on the Autobahn. So.
I just think of Bibi the cat with her dice going on and looting for more dice.
I'm sorry, but they had to have curfews because they were looting?
Because the power would go out in the entire city.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to have curfews and there would be looters.
There would be no security.
Scary shit.
I mean, no alarms.
It's basically like Burning Man, but in Florida.
No, Burning Man is like peaceful. It's like you can have what yours is mine and mine is yours.
That's what they're thinking during the hurricane when they're thinking. It's like, look, power's out. We're in Burning Man now. This is mine.
So if yours, I'm just going to go up to the richest dude in Burning Man and be like, so your tent.
Can I have that?
Mine now.
That's what I said. I'm going to find Jeff at Burning Man.
Part of the tent.
Can I have that?
Here's this watch. this tent is now mine.
I found some sticks and stones and dirt for you. I'll trade it for your stuff because everything here is equal.
I value these sticks and stones at a higher rate than this tent. So
you owe me your tent and then some.
And some.
Yeah.
You know what?
You owe me some saliva.
I'll just take the tent.
You owe me the tent and some saliva in a jar.
In a jar.
Preferably.
Ew.
Blech.
Just spit on this leaf I made into a bowl.
What if somebody? No, I'm not gonna
Like
go there.
that. I'm wondering how Burning Man works because, like, back to Burning Man, but like, we said you got to bring your own food. The only thing there you can buy, right, is coffee
Ice and
ice.
coffee.
It's a weird combination.
I talked to Jimmy about that because he went and he said, the only thing you can buy is ice and coffee.
So do you just buy the ice in bulk and wait for it to melt and drink that as water?
I don't know.
We were sent another article earlier today about another thing you could barter with.
Blood.
It could keep you young.
Blood?
Yeah.
Blood transfusions.
Yeah. Not blood transfusion. You got
No,
like
like
vampire.
rubbing blood on you.
See, that'd be the other thing that I'd be worried
They
about
have
during
blood
like a
facials
hurricane.
where you like take your own blood and then they like put it in that like centrifugal like spinner thing and it does something and then they like put it on your face.
So you're like a hunter,
It's called
yeah?
it's called a vampire facial.
So you
Look
like-
it up.
Show me your war face.
War paint. Just cut yourself.
Isn't that like what warriors did after they killed like a enemy? Is they put the blood on the killed enemy on their face? No, is
Yeah.
that I'm making that up.
That's what they used to do back then.
Somebody did that.
So your first kill, first deer I killed,
Yeah,
it's
like
customary
that.
to put blood on your face. And so I was cutting this deer up, and my buddy was like, all right, customary. And he did it, and some got in my mouth. It was kind of disgusting. Nothing happened. But
Maybe
Like
that's
your
why you've
skin
got a
was
long and
softer
healthy
younger.
life.
That's why you have such beautiful skin. It was
so
from that deer blood.
the key is to put some deer blood on your face, and then get a little bit in your mouth.
Fountain of youth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, hey, that's a key to life, I guess. Blood. So vampires,
they could
they're
be
out there.
looting. The vampires could be looting during the hurricanes too. That's the other thing that would scare me about Florida and like New Orleans. I feel like there's a lot of vampires in New Orleans.
Ooh, with all that voodoo. I love New Orleans
Yeah,
though.
blood banks. I've never been to New Orleans.
Oh, it's such a great city. I'm always confused of the things people stock up with though for like blizzards and hurricanes.
Did you see
milk and
milk
bread?
and bread?
Milk
We're
and bread?
making we're
Milk
making
and-
milk sandwiches.
Bread is the last thing I want. Like not like if it's a crusty. I was telling Justin this yesterday. If it's like a crusty French bread, like a really good French bread, yes.
But we're
if
talking
it's, like,
survival,
sliced-
Kim.
She gets the fancy bread for the hurricane survival. Oh, you have.
I would
you
like
have
a
plain
baguette.
Wheat bread? No.
Yeah.
No. I have this French baguette.
I want a 12
The
grain
French
French baguette.
I would love
you see the
to
sunflower
see
seeds.
hurricanes coming, people at the grocery store panicking, buying up all these Wonder Bread stuff, and Kim just has a big old bag full of French baguettes.
I'm like in
just
the deli
sticking
section
out.
because the deli
Yeah.
section has the baguettes, not the bread section, and I just have like a bag of.
She has
Fancy cheeses.
She has the
Baguettes.
most food ever.
She's got like the
fancy
wheel
order.
of cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
Some cheese,
Like the
cheese
baguettes.
that doesn't have to be refrigerated,
Yeah.
which that's usually like the fancy cheese.
Some salami, just
hoop
fancy.
cheese.
just big old rolls of
Parmigiano
salami.
Reggiano.
I'm getting hungry now, damn it.
Yeah, I am
Olives.
too.
Olives don't have to always be refrigerated. I'm just gonna have a charcuterie board.
Charcuterie.
That's what she did for a
Charcuterie
hurricane
board.
party. It was a charcuterie board.
Yeah, and
I
red,
love-
red wine. You don't have to chill it.
I love a cheese and meat board.
I do want to say on a real note, those folks down there down east in North Carolina, be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be news stories.
It's
though,
gonna be
because
rough.
Well,
stupid.
it's-
Apparently, it's headed like it's going to swallow up our whole state.
We were supposed to have a reenactment down in Aversboro, North Carolina, which is right outside of Fayetteville, and we're not doing it because that's
not
right.
authentic. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
somebody. I had this
fighters-
discussion with somebody. I was like, well, the whole point of the event was to raise money for the state historic site.
Yeah.
So, like, we weren't paying to be there.
Yeah.
Spectators were coming and paying money, and you have to think about the spectator safety. Like, reenactors would come and do it. They'd be like, I'm gonna camp in a hurricane.
That's
Well,
what they
I'm
did back in
saying
the day.
because that's what they did back in the
Right.
day.
But when they canceled the event because for
Do
the safety
people
of the
like pack
spectators,
picnics to watch reenactments? Like, what is the fan
some
base
people
like?
do. It's a lot.
Is it like going to a road course
It's a
where
lot
it's
like
like
a
you pack
NASCAR
a
race.
picnic?
It
and
is a
you're
lot
just,
like a NASCAR race.
in the hills?
So, in the wintertime, do you have any reenactments in the winter?
I can make one.
I want to. We should go camp
should
out.
go.
I was gonna say you got
We're
some
gonna-
land.
We're gonna go watch. Yeah.
do you
yeah.
have to wear?
We'll come out. We'll do a reenactment on your land. We'll bring Dale.
Yeah.
do you have
Bring
to
them
wear
on out.
period appropriate attire if you are
To watch it?
a spectator. Okay.
No. You're generally behind a rope, and that's the rope of history.
You cross the time.
You cross this. It's like in
time portal.
What is it? Field of Dreams.
Oh yeah.
When you
it's like
cross the line,
porn.
you turn into an old person.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Moonlight Graham.
We'll make sure to stay behind the line then. I want you to come cheer you
I
on.
don't like be eating my French baguettes and cheese and watching you.
Go, Chuck!
I mean,
Do you have people shout at you like, "That's not historically correct"?
No.
Like, do they shout anything?
I'm sure I'm sure the people that are actually reenacting know a hell of a lot more than the people who are watching.
Sometimes.
Or you have those fans. It's like NASCAR fans. Any sports fans,
Yeah.
they think they know better than the actual person doing it.
You know, do we want to go there?
Do
with
people
this?
take
And we
sides
can-
though, like at a sport, like an away or home?
Not really.
A home or away game. I'm going to side with the Brits today instead of the Americans.
They were on the same side.
Depends on
Not
what
if-
war
Depends
you're
on the
talking
war.
about.
Depends
on the war.
This
Yeah,
is true.
I'm talking like way
Oh,
back.
Revolutionary War. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, they do like to see the British lose, but there are some people that are like, you know what? I like the British. They have tea, crumpets.
Do you have Brits come watch?
I like
And are
both of them.
Yeah. We did a World War II
Or
event
like,
one time.
this is not what we learn in our history books.
But we had a World War II event one time, and we were wearing our British paratrooper stuff, and this old actual veteran came up and said, "You look good, but you're missing the large pack."
Oh,
Like he was like everything looks good. You look great
He was,
except for this one thing, which is like as a reenactor when you get that you're like,
A large pack? What's in the
it was like
large
a
pack?
Well,
stab
it's
to
a
the
larger
heart. It means their
backpack.
dress wasn't
but
completely authentic.
here's the thing: he served in the Pacific Theater, which was different from the European theater that we were portraying.
Right.
And I just got the move.
So
on
let's
in
talk
my ears.
about
sure, I'm
because
sure.
let's talk
This
about
is like-
board.
5 reasons why you are farting too much. Why is that, Chuck?
Chuck, what are the 5? Also,
It comes
what's
down
too
to
much?
diet.
I actually did read this article, and it
Yeah.
said people on average fart like 15 times a day. I think that is grossly
How many times do you fart a day, Kim?
incorrect. None. And if I did, it's way less than that. That
you mean
seems
you don't-
extraordinarily high.
5 to 15 times a day is about average.
5 maybe, but 15? Who
What's your
farts-
diet consist of, Kim?
Who farts 15 times a day?
I think
you would
I
say
agree
you
with-
fart 15 times a day.
No, I agree with different diets. Obviously,
Yeah.
making more gaseous than
Sure.
other diets. I mean, if you're eating weenies all day, I think you're going to be a little gassy. But if you're
Beanie
eating
weenies.
salads and stuff and baguettes,
Salads.
and
That's what I eat.
cheeses,
Salads and baguettes. I don't do the cheeses.
You're on a lot of flights, right?
Yeah, that can
Apparently,
because
high
of the
altitude
pressure.
causes more gas in your body, so you fart more on a plane.
I
Healthy eating
Farts
causes
on a-
more farts.
farts
so
on a plane.
have another.
I'm
sick and tired of these mother farts on this mother plane. I have another thing that the high altitude and plane riding stuff
What?
causes, but I really don't. I can't talk about it on the show.
Out of all the things we've ever talked about, you can't talk about it?
Can't talk about it.
Oh,
it's the one
man.
thing. It causes explosive diarrhea. No, I can't talk about it.
Oh, I think
I'll tell
I
you
know
after
what
the
it
show.
is. I think I know what it is.
I think so.
I think so too. Use your imagination.
I think it's a
kids.
damn study.
The more you know.
I think it's a study. I want to do research on it. Not really, but everyone I've talked to says it mainly happens to them. But
Okay.
you get more gassy on a plane.
I have a theory that Kim farts more than 15 times a day.
I think you
just
do.
based
What?
off of this because of
Fuck
the
no.
in-flight farting, the healthy eating.
Yeah,
and
you're a healthy
you know,
eater.
too much air, maybe. I don't know. You know, you're a healthy eater. You eat healthy, right?
There are days where I don't even fart.
I doubt that.
I call
There's
that
no
a lie.
way.
I
There's
think
no
you're
way.
lying.
There's no way. There's no zero.
my-
We're gonna
There's
get
no
a
way. There's zero gas.
Maybe
building
my-
up
new
in your
invention.
stomach.
New invention. A fart mic.
Or a fart counter.
You wear a fanny pack and it records each like.
No, it's a fart counter that you wear like your underwear, and it measures like the wind, like the flatulence. So
If there's
counts.
enough force
it's
that come out of a
it's
certain
counter,
area. Yeah.
So it's a counter,
And it beeps every time you fart. If it's a silent one, you're going to get caught. Beep.
it's like a ticker.
Like, what the?
Would you call it a fart box?
Like, is my CO2, is my carbon dioxide battery low? What the hell is going on here?
Can you imagine if you had a fart counter that just like beeped like subtly every time, and nobody knew what it was, and they were like,
Or you could have like,
beeping?
it's like the Waze app to where you can have different voices. And like, you have like,
You get one. Shoo, wait, I sick.
like you have like Shaquille O'Neal be like, hey, you farted.
maybe you get to pick the voice, like if
Or
it has
Bill
a different
Cosby.
accent.
You're the fart. I can't do a fucking Bill Cosby one.
I was gonna say.
I don't want to talk about Bill Cosby.
You know what? You could have like a British person.
We're gonna cut that one out.
I already got that. I got that.
Okay.
You could have like a British person. You got Shaquille. You got a British person. It could be all kinds of different voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tupac, 50 Cent.
Because Tupac's still alive.
Tupac
He
is
is.
still
He's
alive.
got a new album coming out.
Yeah. He, Elvis, and Biggie are on an island making fart box noises.
That's what they're working on.
That's what they're recording that new album of. It was all a fart.
You did not just do that.
I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They're
But yeah, like a fart counter.
Yeah.
maybe pretty good.
A fartometer.
Just a
Ooh,
little
a
beep.
fartometer?
Or a fartometer.
Fartometer.
Fartometer sounds
I
better.
think fartometer, if you're trying to sell it to like
Yeah.
the sophisticated, but if it's just
Yeah.
like,
You could go to the fartometrist.
if you're out selling it to the farmers, you say it's a fartometer.
So I never understood speedometer. It's a speedometer.
It measures your speed.
Measuring
because it is a
Speedos?
speedometer.
It's a speedometer.
You're measuring
You
Speedos.
should not be wearing that speedo out here.
Well then,
Anyways.
on that
Yeah.
note, again, we only got like halfway through our list.
We did.
We got some good content though.
There's a lot of good things to talk about. You know, I mean,
Gotta mention Over the Edge.
we do have to mention Over the Edge.
Mention Over the Edge to us, Kim.
Yeah.
What is Over the Edge?
I'm going over the edge. I'm repelling. RAPPEL.
With your farts,
You got called
you're
out.
repelling people with your repealing.
For repeal. What are you trying to repeal?
I'm trying to repeal everything.
Rapal.
I'm doing it on September 25th at 2:30. If anybody wants to come watch me plummet to my death.
Oh.
I think Dave Burrito is on that same
Yeah.
time, but we're going to be interviewing people.
You know
We've
how-
gotten a lot of donations.
Yeah. You know how strong the damn cable's got to be for deburrito to go down? The
I
dude's
wonder
a
if there's a
tank.
weight limit.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's like
more
500
cable, yeah.
pounders that can't go over
Or if
there,
like
but-
you could be too light or have to meet a height restriction like on a ride at Disney.
That won't apply to Tim because he's kind of short and small. But what will apply to Tim is if you donate to
He's gonna match.
he's going to match it. What is it, up to 1,000?
The Pod God.
The Pod God, the Podfather, is going to match your donations if you donate to Tim Clark. So if you go on there, if you go to the team page, which is, I think, Team Glass Case of Emotion, or look up Tim Clark on charlotteovertheedge.org, you can search by name. You can look it up. We've
Are we
tweeted it out.
still ahead of Bubba?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the individual and the team.
Yes, we are doing well on that.
destroying.
It's going to be 2 weeks. We're going to be watching.
We'll watch, and we're doing a podcast. From
We
up
did a
there.
walkthrough the other day to check out the
Oh, did
situation
The
where everything's
sitch.
going to be set up and
How do you feel about the situation?
I feel good
Are you-
because I'm not going over the edge.
I was told we were inside, like the podcast is going to be inside. So are you going to have like the repellers like
Oh, I want to. Yeah, I
along
want to
the
be right
glass?
next to the window, and we can see the repellers, and then we could cut a hole in the window. You know, like spy movies, they got the
And they have to
suction cup and
stop
they cut it
right there.
and you pull the mic out, and they have to talk.
Well, it's like depending on where they put us, like
Yeah.
they'll come right by us when they're done, and we can just pull them over and put them on the
Oh,
chair.
good.
Like, yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
So there'll be a video that'll be on YouTube. We'll have the normal podcast, which will be sounds. We're working on some cool stuff with Kim going over the edge, so we'll have some interesting tidbits.
Live mic.
Oh, really?
Maybe a live mic, maybe some talk back.
Maybe a
I
GoPro.
don't know.
I'm pretty sure I got a
Yeah.
GoPro on my head.
You could put like an earbud in your ear, and we could talk you down, give you some pointers.
Like Mission Impossible.
You're doing great. You're doing
I wonder
great.
if they'll
Stop.
like let me flip and do the Mission Impossible.
Oh,
There's wind coming, Kim. You might want to.
wind advisory is in effect.
I wonder if there'll be a wind advisory in Vegas this weekend because there was that one year that there was the Habal.
Haboob.
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 I thought Kenny Habal. I was just thinking of Kenny.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you mean a haboob?
What
A
is
haboob.
What is a haboob?
It's a sandstorm.
It's yeah.
Just saying. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, it's supposed to be like complete opposite of what Indy was this weekend. It's supposed to be like 100 degrees. But that's actually not that bad out there. It's dry heat. You know what the dry heat?
It's a dry
It's
heat.
a dry heat, not wet heat.
Yeah, but I forget.
No one likes
and-
wet heat.
And then I'm like, why am I so tired? It's because I haven't drank enough water. Because it's a tricky heat. You know what I'm saying?
It's a tricky dry heat, so
My
you
lips
need to
always
make
get
it wet.
chapped.
Chapstick. And make sure you bring chapstick,
Yeah.
tissues. I always get nosebleeds out west
Uh-huh.
for some reason because it's dry.
Water
Water,
or some body armor.
body armor. Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
hydrated. out there
Body
in the
armor. Stay
desert.
hydrated.
You should also bring your new body armor that you can buy on the NASCAR.com store.
Oh, you're using
Glass
body armor
case
as
of
like
emotion. You could wear a shirt
like
with
as
the
a
glass case of
metaphor.
emotion on it.
Oh, you were using
merch.
body.
Like the body armor as
I was
like
way
a,
lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have
merch.
merchandise now. Yeah,
merch.
It's crazy. We're getting some merch. It's great.
hopefully we'll be wearing that merch next week on the show. We can wear our own merch, right?
I mean,
Is that a faux pas?
is that like wearing the shirt of the band that you're going to see?
or is that
if
like
you're
Ryan wearing a Ryan Blaney shirt? No.
No, because it's all of us on there.
Yeah.
But
it's a team.
But like if you went to like an Aerosmith show and everybody in the band was wearing Aerosmith T-shirts.
Yeah, I feel like you can wear the shirt of the band you're going to see.
I mean, I feel like
you can do. I don't understand that argument that you can't. Like if I'm going to see a Metallica show, you're just telling me I can't wear a Metallica shirt.
don't be that guy, man.
No.
Don't be that guy.
Why? That's why I'm there. I'm
Don't
a fan
be
of
that
them.
guy.
I don't get that. I do
That's
not
wearing
get
the
that.
shirt of the band you're
That's
going to
like,
see. Don't be that guy.
Okay, so you get mad at race fans for wearing their favorite driver shirts if they go to a race. That's the same thing.
Same thing.
But we'll get into that next week.
No, replay the song.